Hey, what's up, Nova Pro Wrestling fans? Bryan Hughes here with Kevin Ford. It's a beautiful night in Northern Virginia. Saturday night is going to be a huge night in Northern Virginia. It is Saturdays of Thunder, October 22nd at the Annandale Sports Center in Springfield, Virginia. Huge card. Fresh off the WWE Network, making his Nova Pro debut is Detective Dan Barry, teaming with the Southern Gentleman, Chuck Taylor. They are an officer and a gentleman, kind of makes sense. Taking on the team of Logan Easton LaRoe, who just won a huge cage match main event, and his tag team partner, his hetero life mate, Alexander James. It's going to be a huge one. That's going to be one of many tag matches on the card. We also have Cutie and the Beast, everyone's favorite. Everyone loves Cutie and the Beast, taking on Team IOU, making their Nova debut.
That's right. That's two teams making their debuts this weekend. Nick, Iggy, and Kerry Awful. I think a lot of our friends who are familiar with some other PWI promotions we team with, CWF Mid-Atlantic, PWX, some of them may have seen Team IOU before, but if you haven't, you're really in for a treat with this match. And if you're going to make a name for yourself in the tag division Nova Pro, you want to take out Cutie and the Beast, not only coming off an undefeated streak since March, but just defeating the Bravado Brothers last month. This is really a time for Iggy and Awful to come in and make a statement.
It certainly would be a huge statement to make. Also, lots of other stuff on the card. We've got a huge PWI Ultra J Championship match. Chet Sterling, the current Ultra J champion, taking on the man who was able to get a win over him in a non-title affair back at our anniversary show, Bobby the Body Shields. New attitude for Bobby, back to his winning ways.
A new attitude, a new manager, and let's be honest, a huge assist from Marcus King Kong Dowling for that win here. And a win's a win, though, and because of that win, he's going to be able to get another opportunity at the PWI Ultra J title. He wasn't able to defeat Cedric Alexander back in May, but he can beat the guy who beat Cedric Alexander, and in his mind, that's just as good. And I think if Bobby and his manager have their way, we're going to be coming out of Springfield with a new PWI Ultra J champion this Saturday.
But Chet's going to be coming out with a lot of fire after the way that match ended. Lots of other great matches on the card as well. But of course, our main event, Brandon Day, Tim Donst. We've been waiting for this match to come to a head, for this feud to come to a head. It happens on Saturdays of Thunder in an I Quit match. I mean, these guys have gone through a no disqualification match where Brandon Day tried to choke out Tim Donst, tried to cut the career short, cut the life short of Tim Donst.
I was going to say.
I mean, these guys have gone through everything. The no disqualification match was completely out of control. I can only imagine what the I Quit match is going to do.
I don't either. I mean, we've seen wrestlers go all around their building in Springfield, and I feel like Donst and Day are probably going to do the same. And like you said, it's I Quit. There's no pinfalls. There's no countouts. Most importantly, no disqualifications. The only way somebody is going to win this match is to make the other person say, I quit. I know Brandon Day would love nothing more than to hear those words out of Tim Donst's mouth.
That's true.
And Tim Donst fought tooth and nail to beat Matt Tremont to prove himself to Brandon Day. He was worthy of this rematch. And, he would just love that vindication to get Brandon Day to say, I quit as well.
And while Brandon Day did win his match by making Tim pass out, he never made him submit or say, I quit. Someone's going to have to do that if they want to win that match. They're going to have to make their opponent do that on Saturday night. Plus, we've got a lot more to talk about. Eric Royal, still undefeated in Nova Pro, taking on Ryo with the possibility of his freedom. Money Green, Brandon Money Green has agreed that if Ryo wins, does what no one else in Nova has done, he will be free of his services to Brandon Money Green. There's no more incentive than that.
There's no more incentive, but I feel like this is one of those cases where the deck is certainly stacked against Ryo. So I think Brandon Green is kind of making this pretty much assuming that Ryo is going to be on the losing end of this match. But you know what? Nobody thought Ryo was going to win that match in September either. So who says he's not going to be able to win this month as well?
It's why we have the matches, and there's going to be a lot more.
We talked about tag teams. We have Sanjay Dutt, who I think is trying to rehab a little bit after losing that match to Logan Easton LaRoe. Him and his friend John Kermit are going to take on a team who's really been climbing the ranks of Nova Pro Wrestling. The Storm of Entrails, Schlack, and Dan O'Hare.
The big scare, Dan O'Hare, and his maniacal tattooed monster of a partner, Schlack, got a huge win.
They did against
huge win over the Sandwich Squad, who will also be in action on Saturday. So they may be kind of keeping an eye on what Dan O'Hare and Schlack are doing as well in their match. This is a huge chance for the Storm of Entrails.
I was going to say, I think it's probably the biggest match of their career to this point. Forget Nova Pro. I think their entire career, this is the biggest match they've had. Beating Sanjay Dutt, a bona fide international superstar, that would be huge for them.
It's been a big month for both of them, with Dan O'Hare making his CZW IPay-per-view debut. Schlack was also involved in that match. This could be a huge October for them if they get a win over Sanjay and Kerman. It's going to be a huge card. We hope you join us this Saturday, October 22nd at the Annandale Sports Center for Saturdays of Thunder, Nova Pro Wrestling. I'll be there. Kevin Ford will be there. Papa Hales will be there. You better be there too. We'll see you this Saturday.